Hi everyone, welcome back. Hope you had a good week. I am working on a Lazy Susan for my boss. Well, she's my shop owner, not really the boss, she says, but we call her the boss anyway. She has commissioned me to do a Lazy Susan for her, and so I have the back taped as you saw, and I have primered. I just put a coat of regular, the Artist Loft Flow acrylic white on it. You just need one coat. Coat it really good though. And let that dry thoroughly, a couple days. And then you're ready to pour. So today I'm going to be using, I did a sample. So I'm pretty much sticking with this. I've added one more chameleon color to it. So I always like to do a sample to make sure my cell activators are good, my color combination is good. That plum preserves that's in there dries with a gold sheen to it, and very pretty. It dries a lot darker than what it looks here. It's just a really pretty plum color. I'm in love with it. It's Art Alchemy color. And then I have, so I have that, Plum Preserves, Art Alchemy. I have, this one is Sangria by TLP. And that one, again, all these, because the paint that you're putting in there, the house paint, lightens them up. So they definitely dry darker. That's what the Sangria looks like dry. And it's got a pretty iridescent to it also. All right. And then I have Arteza Gold. I have a Chameleon. It's Arteza Chameleon Green, and then a Sage Green. I also believe that is Arteza Sage Green, iridescent. My boss likes green. She has a lot of green in her house, so I didn't want to add green to the purple because I didn't want to get it. I didn't want any mud, but I wanted to give her some green shimmer. So I've got two in there that will do that. All right, I'm using my black base house paint. This is the, can you see that? Color Place, Oxide Black. And mixed it up real good. It's probably still going to be a little on the thin side because it's a brand new can. So even if you shake it up real good, it still is a little on the thin side, but that's okay. All right. As you can see, I put my red pour spout on there. Those are really handy. They're kind of a pain in the ass to get on the first time, but then when you transfer them from can to can after that, they're pretty good. So I'm just going to pop some of those bubbles. Be careful with your house paint. If you get too close or if you torch too much, you'll get, it'll burn. So you don't want that. Okay, I'm just spreading this out. I'm going to be doing a swipe, Bloom swipe and swirl technique. So you don't want to have too much paint on there when you're doing these. You want a good amount of paint, but not like if you're doing a regular bloom where you blow. You don't want that big pillow on there. So I'm just spreading it out. I'm going to wipe around the edges and make sure that all my edges are getting covered. Just helps when so you don't have to go back and do so much touch up. I did sand this down, this Lazy Susan. It's a 16-inch, by the way, and I got it at IKEA. And I've used these quite a bit, so they work really well. Now, hindsight for me, I realized it after I painted it. I should have primed it with black, so that was my mistake. I recommend that you do that in the future. if you do one of these and you're going to do a black base, use the black primer. That was silly. Because now I can see as I'm wiping, my white is showing through. So I'm going to have to do touch up on the sides, but whatever. It wouldn't be my studio if I didn't have to touch up something, right? Okay. I just want to put my paper towel down so that I'm ready when I swipe. And I'm going to start, I'm going to start with the lighter one because those tend to be the color that comes down, the first color you put on. I'm going to go a little off center this time, not directly in the center. So last time, when one of the last ones I did with these this color combination, when I went to swipe down, some of the plum preserves didn't show up real well in the black because it dries too dark. So I decided to go with the sangria first, and that will bring down into the bottom of the swipe some more color. All right, this is the chameleon green, and it does not dry transparent. It dries this color, but it has a gorgeous sheen to it, green sheen to it, so really pretty. And then I'm going to use the Arteza gold. I'm not using the 14 or 24 karat gold because I want it to be more subtle, even though I just put a bunch of it on there. 24 karat gold can really kind of take over. So, all right. Now I'm going to pour some of my cell activator on a tile so that I can dip into it. Makes it a lot easier. And I'm just going to do playing cards today instead of my Christmas cards. All right, so I'm just going to grab that. Last color was the Arteza Sage Green Glow, I think they call it. I'm kind of going right in the middle of that so that I can have some for the other side. Try and pull the same all the way down. I got a little wobbly there, but that's okay. A little bit's fine. Applying light pressure. Try to keep your card perpendicular. So you don't want to go in with an angle because then you'll drag the, scrape the card through. You don't want to scrape the card through. You want to just lightly pull those colors down so that you get color all the way down. Otherwise you just get color up here and then you'll get some lacing down here with the black, but you won't get the color down there. So a little bit of pressure, especially with the thicker paints, and then just pull down. Pretty, pretty. And remember that light pink that you're seeing is the sangria, and again, it will dry darker, so. And I'm making sure I'm going all the way to the edge because I don't want to have to tilt this very much. I'm going to swap out that card. It was getting a little bendy. And as you can see, it will start growing up here, these cells. So it'll take over some of that black there. But I like some of that black too when I do my swirl. It just gives more dimension. All right, I think I want to go in with a couple of these in between pieces. I don't want to get rid of all of them because I kind of like that look. But let's go in with on a couple of them. Because remember, I'm going to be swirling, so I'm going to touch some of those as I go. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to flip it around here carefully because I don't like to, I like to swipe towards me, not away from me. I feel like I just got paint in my hair. My neck feels wet. Did I? Yes, I think I did. Not very much, hopefully. I don't know how that happened. All right, I'm gonna turn this a little bit. Make sure you guys are still in. I'm gonna push it up. Okay. All right. I probably should put some more running out of cell activator here. I'll get a couple swipes out. Okay, I'm going to pour a little bit more cell activator down. And when I'm done with this, I will put any extra cell activator that I have back in the container, so you don't waste. The Australian Floetrol is just too expensive. I'll have to make sure I show you guys this one dry because I know it's showing up really pink right now, but when it dries, it's just going to be really a lot deeper and a lot more of the iridescents are going to show through. They're really really pretty. I should show you a tile I have over there that I did with some of these iridescents. Ah, that wasn't a good swipe. That's okay. You can always go back through it. And as you can see over here on this edge, I missed. So I've got to go over that. I always try to cover the edges as much as I can because I don't want to swipe too much. I mean, not swipe too much. I got swiping on the brain. I don't want to have to tilt too much. And that's my secret to not having to tilt this way and ending up with wobbly lines and cells. I like to keep mine just clean. Sometimes you want wobbly cells. Sometimes they're cool. All right, so we're gonna tilt this, and I'm just gonna be tilting it back and forth. Get some of that paint off. Open up those cells, and you can see, did you see when my cells started getting squishy is when I stopped. So just kind of watch it and then go back the other way. Okay. And back. And I'm just going to stop when I see those cells open back up again so that the other side doesn't get too scrunched up. All right. That is very pretty. I think I'm going to run a couple down just because I feel like they're too big. And not crazy at how they stretched out, so you can always go back in and do that. I wouldn't do it more than once, just because you're gonna start getting muddy if you do that. Okay, I'm going to flip it around and do some of those to the other side. I can already see the iridescent happening. So cool. I don't know if it's picking up any of that a little bit in the camera. All right, let's just do a couple more. Right through here. Pull it all the way down so you don't interrupt your design. I don't mind that one. That was the one I left before. And that one to me is fine. And that one's fine too. Leave some of them, get rid of some of them. Just use your aesthetic, what looks pretty to you. All right, and you can see how my edges are good. I don't need to go this way with it at all. So that's why it's important to make sure you swipe all the way on those edges. All right, let's do some swirling. Just have my skewer. I should have used my paintbrush end. In fact, I think I'm going to stop and go get that, because could you guys see it? It was not going smoothly through, and I don't like that. So let's start here. See how much better that paintbrush goes through there. I want to swirl that and there. Just giving a little bit bigger swirl area. Just playing. I'm trying to decide if I want to swirl into this top area. I kind of like it the way it is. And oh my gosh, I wish you guys could see this iridescent. Maybe I'll try it when I do the close-up with my flash on and see if it picks up any of it. Just gonna run through some of these, break up some of that. Very cool. I'm just thinking. Just playing. I don't like that swirl I just did through there, so I'm going to go back through it. With some of the cell activator. Hopefully I'll pull up some more cells when I do that. Yeah, I did. Good. All right. I think it's good. I will probably still play a little bit more off camera, but yeah. Oh, let me show you that trivet real quick. Didn't use the same colors in this one, but very similar. And this one has, I used a lot of the different iridescence. And you can kind of see it's kind of like a rainbow glow to it. See the purple down there and the blues. Just really cool effects with those iridescent colors. And that nude color there, that is the chameleon. And it definitely has a lot of shimmer to it. This one has one coat of resin. I've got to get another coat on it. So, all right. That is your video for today. I will see you guys next week. Oh, well, I'm going to give you a close-up so you can see close-up what's going on. So you guys have a great week, and I will see you next week. Okay, here is your close-up, and I have the flash on. And the light's off so you can see all that iridescent going on in there. All that pretty lacing. And again, this is going to dry darker. So, can you see? Am I getting that sparkle in there? Let's see. Maybe if I tilt it that way. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I love that swirl right there. You see all that bling in there? Oh yeah, there's a really good one right there. It's almost like a rainbow effect. Okay, Bandit, we hear you. All right, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. I am going to be doing another giveaway when I get to 1,500 subscribers. So you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.